I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
All right. Oh, all right then. Let me go ahead and start this off real quick. Now, this was on the news that came on the news yesterday about the police report concerning Tim Pool. Now, I gotta apologize because I gotta go a little bit more. Um, I gotta go a little bit earlier than that. So earlier this week, or late last week, Tim Pool got into a hissy fit. He got into a hissy fit talking about Candace Owens this, Candace Owens that. Candace Owens um tried to frame him and to be part of the death of Charlie Kirk, right? And then Candace Owens fired back and talked about no, what was really was going on because you was indicating about something else. So Tim Pool create this story, yes, and I'm gonna say it's fabricated. It's fabricated. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go up here and we're gonna show you. Let's begin over here real quick. So let's talk about it, right? MAGA star refused to give cops the footage of alleged shooting. Now, this was done yesterday. If somebody would have shot up my place, did a drive-by shooting, because that's what I heard, that there was a drive-by shooting at my house, and if the police would have come to my house, in order for them to be an investigation to such a shooting, I would have to report to the police so they can handle the investigation that leads to the arrest of the said individual. So this is what Tim Pool has to say about this.
Need you to trust me one last time.
Oh, these old ads, I swear to God, these ads gets on my nerves. But don't worry, it's gonna play after this. Don't worry, it's gonna play after this.
Kirk is killed. Candace Owens is a fucking evil scumbag. She is a degenerate cunt. She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you fucking told me? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. More and more people are doing it. They send me these fucking messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me like I did something for you as you cower, as you fucking cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right fucking now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm fucking done with these.
See, he's over here mad. Tim Pool's over here mad. Right? Tim Pool is mad at Candace Owens. I must say, you know, I do have a hatred of Candace Owens. Let me say it right now. But 10 times out of 10, I will back her over any of y'all. And it's not because she's black. It is not because she's black. What's going on, Femi, from the chat? I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this movie. Listen, I had to cancel my Netflix. All right. I had to cancel. I had to cancel. What's that sound like TV? That sound like TV? Yeah, I had to cancel that too. Because this movie is very, very interesting. Let me say a shout out to Femi from the chat again for watching. What's going on, Femi? Going with you. Tim Pool going ham on his live stream earlier this week. I think this happened on like Monday. Somebody shut up my house. Really? Really, Tim? Let me just say this, Tim. Your house was not shot up. Yes. What we're witnessing is the great white crash out. The great white right crash out. This is what we are witnessing right now. MAGA is crumbling. See, I remember I used to say this about the manosphere, right? I just say that about the divestors. I said this about the pink pill. I said this about the red pill. I used to say this about the divestors. You cannot build anything on hate and expect it to last. Guess what? MAGA was not created for love. MAGA was created for hate. Okay? MAGA was created to hate other people. It was created to fear other people. That's why you use that term America first. Let me say something. I might have to do a video, Femi, on the history of the term America first. Now, I see people like Kelly Ray. I saw her yesterday in my chat room the other day. I'm going to address her about that. She keep talking America first. I wonder, does Kelly Ray and Mo Rickdell, do they understand the term America first? And and where that term originated from, they wouldn't be saying America first. There's a sinister side to that. Anybody can go back to the 1850s, the 1890s, the 1910s, teens, and the 1930s, and even to the 1980s and up till today about that term America first. Because if y'all look it up, those terms, you be like, oh, I see why people reject that term. I see why people reject the term make America great again. So you got to do your read before you open up your mouth on social media. Know what the hell your ass is talking about. I get tired. I'm getting ready to get tired of people talking and they don't know shit. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I call it out. See, I'm telling you something about a lot of you. You can't call me out. Most of y'all who don't know me, the reason why you can't call me out because you don't know me. So sit down and be quiet. People need to sit. If you don't, nobody cannot call out Big J because you don't know Big J. I think the only person who can call me out, Pure Butterfly and Queen Sun Kiss, people who know me on a personal level. None of you niggas can't do that shit. Now, let me get that off. I got that off my chest because somebody trying to call me out yesterday. But I digress, though. I digress. But let me get right back to where we were. Right? See, we got no, Femi. I'm going to do a history lesson with the links, the charts, the history lesson about the term America First. Because I can go back to the Know Nothing movement of the 1850s. I can go back to the anti-Italian, the anti-Catholic movement of the 1890s. We can talk about the anti-German German American movement of the First World War. We can talk about Charles Lindbergh's isolationist movement of 1938, 39, 40, and onward. Because he too used the term America First. Y'all think, see, the problem is a lot of y'all use these slogans and don't know the origins of these slogans. Why you think I don't use that term FBA? Why you think though I sneered at people who use that term FBA? I know where that term came from. And I know who created that term. And no, it was no Tariq Nasheed. It was no pro-black. It was no black person that made the term FBA. That term was created to cause more division. And a lot of you niggas, a lot of you Negroes in this sector of YouTube, or don't research or read why y'all believe and follow these movements. That's why I have no respect for y'all. I don't. Because a lot of y'all are followers. Y'all not thinkers. Y'all led by emotion. Y'all not led by intelligence. FBA was created by Ann Coulter because she was mad that black people was voting Obama in 2012. That's where FBA started from. We didn't start from in 2016 by Tariq. FBA was started by Ann Coulter on November of 2012. Now, do you want me to do a video on that? Too many of y'all are uneducated and you're trying to talk. No, you don't get to talk. You don't. A lot of y'all are sheep. Y'all sheep to a slaughterhouse. Like zombies. And that's what America First and that's what MAGA doing when it comes to the white conservative. White conservatives on that MAGA crap and FBA on you Negroes, y'all do the same thing. Not understanding what's going on. Now here's what Temple. Let me say this too. If anybody have a problem with what I said, you know what? I'm gonna do this real quick. If any of y'all have a problem with what I just said, I'll pin this to the top. And if you do come on this panel, after I decide to do this, you better be on topic. Or I can't kick asses out. Anyway, where was I at? Right? So let's play this again, right? I digress. Let me play this again about Tim Pool crying about Candace Owens.
What happens after Charlie Kirk is killed? Candace Owens is a fucking evil scumbag. She is a degenerate cunt. She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you fucking told me? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these fucking messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me like I did something for you as you cower, as you fucking cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right fucking now.
Yeah, right. He's trying to frame her for what happened, right? He's trying to frame her, right? I'm going to say this again. I don't know if I said it over here, but I said it earlier somewhere else, but I'm going to say it over here. Tim Pool, you know Candace Owens did not send nobody to your house. You know why? Because she would be in jail by now. But before we go there, let's read, right? Let's read. I got 2 articles, right? 2 articles. Oh, no. You know what? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's go over here real quick. Let's go over here. I forgot I'm on a different device because I did pay for it on the other device. But anyway, here we are. Hold on. We're gonna scroll down here, right? Now, this was published today, right? This is published today, and the link is in the description box. Tim Pool shooting claim. Cops cast doubt in massive update. Cannot be substantiated. Now, again, this happened a few hours ago, right? Right-wing commentator Tim Pool have claimed on social media there was a shooting at his residence. The right-wing commentator Tim Pool had claimed that there was a shooting at his West Virginia residence. I want y'all see, I know West Virginia. I want y'all to put a pin on that. I want y'all to put a pin on that. West Virginia, okay? Shooting at his West Virginia residence on December 5th. His claim came after an episode of his podcast aired where a shocking claim about Charlie and Erica Kirk were made. Poole has said after the alleged incident that his show could end. And yes, he said his show could end next week. Now cops has cast doubts on the claim. A report from TMZ states that Berkeley County Sheriff's Office could not substantiate reports of shots being fired at the residence. A copy of the report was also shared online by the right-wing influencer Andy Ingo. I have contacted the sheriff's office in West Virginia to inquire about the possible shooting incident at Tim Pool's podcast studio late on December 5th. The Berkeley County Sheriff's Office sent me a press release saying that the incident was reported to them by Pool Security and that they responded to the property. The security report hearing loud bangs when a dark gray sedan drove by multiple times. He wrote on X, shared a copy of his statement below. Right? Now, I'm going to sit here and say this, right? Let's go ahead and say this right here, right? You know, we know what's going on. If this was a black person, right? He said, I love Candace. Yeah, exactly, Vito. Where is the bullet hole? Where's the bullet holes at? You said somebody shot up your did a drive-by shooting. How come you didn't show the police the bullet holes? Is there a bullet hole on the tree? A bullet hole on the ground? A bullet hole on the fence? Where are the bullet holes, Tim? Where are the bullet holes at, Tim? See again. So, I'm gonna tell you why though. I'm gonna tell you why though that they're not gonna find no shooter. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they ain't gonna find no shooter. First of all, the shooter is not Arab. That shooter is not Hispanic. That shooter is not black. Well, Big J, why you saying it? Why you saying it, Big J? Why you saying that the shooter, that the alleged, quote unquote, the alleged shooter, come on. How many black people is in the state of West Virginia? Let's go right back down to where I said, right? His shooting at his West Virginia residence. How many black people is in West Virginia outside of Wilmington? outside of Wilmington, West Virginia, how many Negroes are in West Virginia? How many Muslims are in West Virginia? You ain't going to find. Now, if there was a shooter, we know Candace Owens didn't send no white dudes to do it. She sure ain't sending no niggas to do it. Outside of Wilmington, West Virginia is the northern tip of West Virginia. That's the biggest city. That's one of the biggest cities in West Virginia, and that's where most of the black people in West Virginia are at. Everywhere else is Klan land. And the only reason why Wilmington is a population center because Wilmington connects the DMV area and western and eastern Ohio. Wait, I'm sorry, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and the DMV area meets at Wilmington. Everywhere else in West Virginia, there is all white and impoverished. So how many black people going to go to go down there and do something to Tim Pool's house? Tim Pool must think that people are dumb. And yes, though some of y'all are dumb. I'm sorry. Some of y'all are dumb. Some of y'all can't comprehend. Oh, and by the way, the link is in this description box for a special someone. It's really a nigga who needs to be addressed. There's an old black man that needs to be addressed. The link's right here if you got a fucking problem. But back to the topic at hand, right? Back to the topic at hand. How many of y'all is going to believe that Candace is going to send somebody to do something to you? And Tim, wasn't you one of the big time people on Twitter and YouTube that said that who blame liberals and you blame minorities and you blame Muslims for what happened to Charlie Kirk when it's one of your own? You see, the thing is with Tim Pool, Tim Pool trying to be another Charlie Kirk, right? He's trying to be the second Charlie Kirk archetype. Yeah, somebody said Tim Pool's in Revenant. He signed his money. Candace is right. Tim is a fence center, peace brother. Peace on to you. Peace on to you. But I love this movie, right? This movie is getting very, very interesting to me. This movie is getting very, very interesting to me. Very interesting to me, right? He's trying to be another Charlie. Well, if they're going to take out Charlie Kirk, well, I'm going to play up the same thing about, I'm going to make myself the second Charlie Kirk. Bruh, we know what this is about. You're trying to get the Turning Point USA. Oh, wait a minute. Stop it, y'all. Stop it. Let me stop real quick. Hold on. I gotta type something on here real quick. I got to type something up real quick. Yeah, yes. Let's go ahead and go there, y'all. Yeah, see, I'm glad though. I have a long memory, right? I have a long ass memory. Now, last month, this was the big news, right? Tim Pool says he has been disinvited from Turning Point USA America Fest 2025, but Tucker Carlson is expected to speak because it's difficult to cancel him. I'm not stupid, Tim. Tim, people are not stupid. I'm not stupid. You're trying to make the Charlie Kirk thing to you because you won't. Oh, what the hell? The hell just happened? The hell just happened? Anyway, so back to the point, right? So Tim Pool is trying to make himself into another martyr because nobody's paying attention to his channel anymore. So he's trying to use Candace Owens. He's trying to use Candace Owens as a way to what's the word? As a whipping post. Trying to use it as a whipping post. To say, yeah, man, Candace don't like y'all. And, see, the thing is, he's trying to get into the Turning Point USA thing in order to gain some more influence. Right. If there is a bullet, show it. If somebody was shooting at your house, show it. Show us the bullet holes. Because if somebody's firing at your house, then therefore, where is there a tree that got hit? Is there a sidewalk that got hit? There has to be something that got hit in or around that house. Who got hit? What got hit? The front porch guy got hit? Tell me. Did like the front porch got hit? The window got hit? The tree, the oak tree, the cedar tree got hit? Who hit the tree? Where are the bullet holes on the tree? Where's the bullet holes anywhere around the house? Did like the fence got hit? Is there bullet holes on the fence? Did that ant pile? Oh yeah. Is there an ant pile that got hit? Where are the bullet holes at? Did the satellite dish got hit? Did the telephone post got hit? See, where are the bullet holes? Tim, give us where the bullet holes are at. Let me tell you why, Tim, you're doing this. And Tim, the way I see it, I call it, you know what? I'm not going to say it like this. Let me try to say it in a better way. Let me try to say it a better way, because if I said it in the way, you know, people might say, well, Big J, you are endorsing what's happening. No, no, no. I'm gonna put it like this though, to Tim Pool, because yes, Tim, I tag you in this. I tag you, Tim. This is about you clowning black people for being violent. You spent your time clowning black people, Hispanics, and Muslims of being violent for all these years. And now since Candace is now since Candace is now has Teflon, since she's made of Teflon now, which is surprising to me though, by the way. It's very surprising that she's made out of Teflon. You're trying to find a black person to blame, and she is the closest black person close to you. She's the only non-white Anglo-Saxon that you can blame. And also because Candace is let me just say, she's very controversial, and she hangs around with Nick Fuentes and them, right? And since though she was, and to her credit, she helped create Turning Point USA. And again, I'm no fan of Candace. I hate Candace Owens, by the way, but I'd rather have her than y'all crash outs. You know, one thing I admire, Candace Owens actually called out your manhood out. She questioned your manhood. So now you got on the camera slamming the desk. You're slamming the desk over and over again. As if you're gonna do something about it. But when the cops showed up, when the police showed up, you didn't do anything about it. You didn't say, officer, such and such and such and such, here is the bullet holes. There's a bullet in my roof. There's a bullet on my porch. There's a bullet. There's a bullet hole in my window. There's a bullet in my tree. There's a bullet hole on my fence. That's do something about it. See, the problem is you made all that emotional jargon and you did not result, and yet you did nothing about it. You are being a bitch. See, Tim Pool, you're not a woman. Okay? Tim Pool, you're not a woman. Okay? Because white women tears has more mileage than a white man's anger. Oh yes, white man's anger has destroyed nations. Let's trust and believe. Yes, white men's anger destroyed nations. But in order to have white men's anger, it takes white women tears to start white men's rage. And you're not a woman. You're not a woman. If you was a woman, especially a white woman, everybody would believe it. Nobody believes you, Tim. And that is a red pill moment. That is a red pill moment for you. Okay? That's a red pill moment for you. Since so, and then Tim, aren't you supposed to be part of the red pill movement? You should know that by now. Who's going to believe you, Tim? Candace don't give two fine fucks about the midterms. She said it herself. Right. Exactly. Love, wisdom. Exactly. No one came for Tim Pool. But let's talk about this though. Now, Tim Pool will not talk about what happened in November of 2022. Big J, what are you talking about? Well, there are some reports that Tim Pool's brother in the latter part of 2022 fired at his house. Now it's 2025. We talking about 2022. That's like what, 3 years? How come Tim Pool ain't bringing that up? Explain that. Explain that part. Right, exactly. See, that's one thing I admired. See, I'm gonna say something about Candace though, right? Ever since the Steve Crowder thing, right? Ever since the Steve Crowder thing, white people been trying to take out Candace out. White folks, white conservatives have been trying to take out Candace out ever since the Steve Crowder issue. And you know what's so fun? You know what's so sad? Anton, you know what? I'm gonna put Anton a video in the description box, and I'm gonna tag him in this too, though. By the way, Anton trying to put on his cape for Tim Pool. I saw this before I was gonna do this live stream. I should have clued it into this, but I said, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. Really, really now. Yes, Anton is trying to save Tim Pool. You know what? Let me go ahead and find this video real quick. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and try to find this video for y'all. Okay? I gotta find it now. I gotta find it now. Anton Daniels. Let me try to find it. Now this is one of Anton's videos about this, because Anton made like 4 or 5 videos over this. You know, he made 4 or 5 videos over this. So I don't know which one it was, but he's trying to sneak himself into this. And let me go ahead and find it. Let me go ahead and find it. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. Okay? Give me a minute right here. I'm thinking about quitting, Tim Pool says after battling with Candace Owens home getting shot up. Trying to jump up in that bandwagon for Tim Pool. Oh, Anton. Anton now has no tan. Get it? Right. Right. Poor Anton. He's trying to stay the head of the game on this YouTube thing, y'all. He's trying to stay the head of the game on the YouTube, man. Anton put his cape on for anyone white and concerned. Right. 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 Now, when he lied about the Haitian people and he posted a video accusing Somalia of being inbred, the places with him. And I'm gonna say something about the Somalian thing. I'm about to go off on that too, though. I'm about to go after on that later on. I'm about to go off on that later on, because here is the problem I have with this Somalian thing. That's a code word for black people. So now, shout out to some of the people, to some of my supporters. I think it was pure butterfly spirit. I was sent a video of ICE agents going after black people, not just Somalians, not just Haitians, not just fill in the blank African nation. That's why I said, though, a lot of y'all are led. Y'all led by these talking points. That's what leads y'all. That's why I say a lot of y'all are sheep and a lot of y'all are dishonest. Y'all more worried about y'all rather, a lot of y'all led with y'all's emotions. Y'all not led by a moral code. Y'all are not. I don't want to hear nothing about Jesus when you don't have a moral or ethical code. I don't want to hear God is good when you don't have a sound relationship with the truth. I don't want to hear nothing about the golden rule. I don't want to hear nothing about the golden rule when you lacking in integrity. Anton Anton Daniels. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. That man has no code, no code, no morality, no ethics. Okay, none whatsoever. None. Anton, how much you going to sell your soul, Anton? See, every time I see Anton, right, and I look into his eyes, I know people say, you look into another man's eyes. Chill on that. When I see what's in that man's eyes, I don't see no soul in Anton. It's empty. Because everything is transactionable. It's transactions. It's a transactionable statement. It's transactional. His motives is transactional. Now I'm gonna say this right now, you know what? I'm gonna give it by Christmas. No. Better yet. I'm going to be very generous in what I'm about to say. I give Anton by New Year's to go after Candace. I expect him to call Candace a black black female feminist, and you know she's not a traditional man, a traditional woman. She's not fine, fit, and friendly. Watch it. It's coming. It's coming. I want y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's coming. I might be off a week or so, but understand, Anton is trying to make content off of this. Anton is going to do all that. Oh, a trad wife. She's not a trad wife because her husband is not leading the family. Where's her husband, George Farmer, at? How come George is not leading Candace's company, but Candace is leading her own stuff? Candace is a feminist. Watch it. It's coming. Candace is like every other black female, every black female strag. Watch it. It's coming. See, Anton's about to go there and say that. Tim Words can start a civil war when Anton right. Jedi, you see it, right? You see it, right? Because I see it. Now, some of y'all who've been here long enough, yeah, watch it. They already started. Candace is a modern woman. They gonna start using those Kevin Samuels quotes on Candace Owens. Very good lies. Yeah, they're gonna be singing. They be singing that song that Kevin Samuels theme song. Very good lies. That is the title of Kevin Samuels' theme song. Very good lies. Good song, by the way. I actually downloaded it. I actually downloaded the song. Very good lies. Watch it. They're gonna play Candace Owens saying something to a man, and then they're gonna make a meme of Kevin Samuels doing the whole Or better yet, I'll do it right here. I'll do this right here. Hold on. I'll do this right here. Hold on. I'll do this right here. Hold on. No, wrong thing. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? They're gonna do this. Watch it. they're gonna put this up here. They're gonna put this meme next to Candace Owens. And those white boys are going to use Anton. Them white boys going to use, the white conservatives going to use Anton, and Anton going to use Kevin Samuels and put this image of Kevin Samuels and put this meme up here of Kevin next to Candace Owens. Very good lies. I'm sorry. You know, I got to say this right now. And Kevin Samuels got the smoothest theme song that any YouTuber, any content creator have. I'm sorry, man. That you know, the Very Good Lie song, man. That, you know, listen, that song, man, I be humming to like that song, and I'm not even a Kevin Samuels fan. I'm not even a Kevin Samuels fan. I be humming to that song. That's one of the smoothest, you know, sophisticated theme song ever on social media. Okay, at somebody's opening, right? But anyway, let me take this off. Let me take this off, and let me go right back to where I was at. Yeah. Let me get back to where I was at. Yeah. Let me get back over here. You know, Very Good Lies. You got your Very Good Lies, man. And look at Anton. And I'm gonna tell you what also going to happen, right? You know Tommy going to say something. You know Tommy Sotomayor going to get involved, and you know that Anger Man is going to get involved. Well, Candace is a modern woman. She's like every black bitch. Watch it, it's coming. They're gonna start calling Candace a black bitch. They're gonna call her all she's a strag. Come on, hey, listen, it's coming. It's coming down the pike. Just wait for a couple weeks. It's coming. Since Anton's gonna be involved in it. And I'm gonna and let me say this right now. They're gonna sneak in Pearl back into the space. Yes, I'm gonna say it right now. They're going to sneak Pearl back into this space about this because Pearl is jealous of Candace. But wait a minute. Let's talk about that for a minute. If that's the case, right, for Tim Pool, and I want y'all to think about this very, very hard. Wouldn't it be to Candace Owens' favor to knock out Pearl out, to take Pearl out rather than taking Tim out? I'm gonna say it again. Wouldn't it be agitations for Pearl to be knocked out, then been taken out off the table, then Tim Pool? Agitations for Candace, I'm saying. I'm just saying. I mean, I could be wrong on this. You know, I could be wrong, but nobody gives two fine fucks about Tim. Okay? Nobody gives two fine fucks about Tim. But Pearl can't be reached. Tim is in West Virginia. Pearl is in Chicago. Who is more accessible to be reached? It doesn't add up. Hell, Nick Fuentes can be reached in Chicago. When Nick Fuentes insulted Candace and her husband, and the fact that she and her white husband created these mulatto children, and he insulted them, wouldn't Nick would be knocked off the table? Because Nick can be reached. Everybody know where Nick Fuentes live at. See, common sense has to be, you know. Yeah, the both can go. Candace destroyed both. Pearl is just going to deflect. Right. But my thing is this whole issue that Tim Pool trying to frame Candace Owens, when Candace can easily, I mean, if Candace was that type of person though, right? Let's say she was that type of person. Wouldn't she go after Nick? Because Nick insulted her family and her marriage. And she was gangster like that. She probably would have went after Kanye if she wanted to. But Tim, bro, you out in the sticks. And I wonder if Tim Pool understands that there is deer season, deer hunting season. Between September and I want to say the end of January, that's deer season. Also, it's dove season. So anybody could be shooting, they're probably shooting at an animal, at the beast of the field. They probably was hunting for food. I'm just saying, because now I know people say, "Well, Big J, why are you saying Tim Pool could be living in the town?" You might be right, but the sheriff's responds to county, right? It does not reveal that the city police or the town police was involved. It was this, the county, as in the sheriff. So I'm assuming that Tim Pool lives out in the sticks. I'm just saying. Oh, but anyway, enough with Tim. Enough with Tim right now, because I find it's hysterical and I find it funny. Right? I find it funny, if you ask me. But let me get to I'm gonna say something else too. Yeah, in other words, Tim Pool just bucked up. Yeah. Tim Pool's lying. George. Tim Pool is selling Wolf tickets, and he thinks people are going to believe that Candace, is doing all this. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, George, if you ask me. I wouldn't be surprised that it could be somebody from Turning Point or a supporter of Turning Point going after Tim Pool in order for Tim Pool to further go after Candace. That is a possibility. It could be somebody from Turning Point doing it, and Tim Pool is manipulated to go there. See, there's so many scenarios of what could happen, assuming that there's bullet holes in the house, right? That his house has been shot up. I'm just assuming. Let's just assume his house was shot up. Again, Tim Pool's lying. And if I was Candace, right, and trust and believe, Candace has a lawsuit. Candace's lawyers is already drawing plans for defamation. Candace is in her house with that white man having his arm over her shoulder and trying to be the supportive husband. And there's a lawyer at the opposite side of the table, and her husband, I don't know why I say her husband is going to fork over some cash to that lawyer to draw up papers on Tim Pool for defamation. Trust and believe. I want y'all to say, trust and believe, though. Mark my words on that. She's about to sue the shit out of Tim Pool for this. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about something, y'all. I forgot about something. And shout out to Super Sly. Right? Shout out to Super Sly. Because Sly, I'm going to sign in real quick. I gotta sign in on my Twitter. I gotta sign in on my Twitter real quick because I forgot to do this because it just came to my mind. And shout out to Super Sly 75. Hold on, let me sign in real quick because I'm going to show y'all this shit. Yeah, let me sign in real quick. Yeah. Hold on. Let me be like Birdman and rub these hands together. Let me rub these hands together like sand, like Birdman. Woo, woo. Let me find it. Yeah. No. Hold on. I gotta type this up, y'all. Erica Kirk. Shout out to Super Sly. Okay. Candace Owens. Yeah. We got to go here on this one. Yeah, I forgot. I've got to tag this up in here too. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got to play this. We got to play this real quick. We got to play this. We got to play this. Yes. We got to play this. So anyway, here's Erica Kirk.
That are out
Here's
there.
Erica Kirk about to go in on Candace Owens. Now, I want you to understand, white female tears has caused white male rage, and white male rage destroyed nations. Okay, yeah. Anyway, here we go. I hope y'all hear this. I hope y'all hear this. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. I hope y'all hear all this.
From the perspective of a grieving widow, a mom, and a battle-tested American. Good to see you again today. Talk to me about this part of the conspiracies that are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing? Everything was public. We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying? One thing. This is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I'm grateful for that. But this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, to my parents. One thing.
What do I take from you right now?
Nothing.
But no. I want y'all to look at the image, right? I want y'all. Let's stop right here. Let's look at the image. Do y'all see the irony of this? Look at the image. You have a black woman, a black conservative woman, destroying the MAGA movement with the widow of one of the leaders of the MAGA movement is being interviewed by another black female conservative. And MAGA has been trashing minorities, black, Hispanic, Arab, Muslim, whatever the case may be for the last 10 years. Oh man, the irony. Oh, the irony of this image. Oh man. The irony of this image. George, I'm glad, man, you touched off on this. I'm glad, man, you touched off on this. You said, oh, George said this. Oh, may I add one more thing? You divestors will find out who white conservative men really protect. You are white women. the black woman coming in aid of the white woman. See, all these Christian Carazine types, all these Brooklyn Blue types, all these Crystal Swirl types that you see on YouTube, right? Who talk shit about black men all the time. I want you to understand. You're going to find out which side they're going to choose. Which side that the white conservative male is going to choose. Because a lot of y'all want to be under the leadership. You know what? That's not a bad. Let me put it like this. I don't want to sound like no red pill idiot. Y'all want to be in a relationship with a white conservative man, a white conservative rich man. You're going to find out sooner or later who he's really is batting for. George, I'm glad though you brought that up, George, because I wasn't going to consider that. I wasn't even going to consider that, but since you brought that up, George, I haven't really put in the whole divester, pink pill, angle into this. I did not include that into this, but yet since you said it, I just, your successful ladies live. Where's your successful ladies' lives in your Christian Carazine, your Brooklyn Blues, your Isadora Storms, your Lady M's, your who else also a divester? You don't see them. I want to know, are they watching closely what's about to happen? White men's rage destroys nations. White men's rage destroys nations. White women tears starts white men's rage. White conservative men don't really date black women, right? Candace is a tool. Just as Miss Harris, who's interviewing Charlie Kirk's wife. I forgot her first name. Her last name's Harris, by the way. Miss Harris, quote unquote, who's on the screen. Fox News used her to go after Obama and Michelle. So as Stacey Dash and so forth. Soon as Obama stopped becoming president, or stop being president, the Drew Stacey Dash is on OnlyFans. Oh, you know what? I might want to do a live stream on that on Stacey Dash decline. How are you gonna be on the top movies that represent the 1990s in Clueless, and now you are in OnlyFans? You went from Clueless to being that beautiful black woman on Kanye's video, It All Falls Down. Now you on OnlyFans, and you're in your mid 50s. Yeah, you spend all your time trashing Obama. Yeah, Harris Faulkner. Thank you, George. That's her name, Harris Faulkner. Harris Faulkner. She used her career trashing Obama, trashing Barack and Michelle. Now she just survived because she's on Fox, so long-term deal. But the rest of the black women that went after Obama, where they're at now. Soon as Trump became president, their service was no longer was needed. I wonder if do black conservatives actually think that you're used as a tool to get to a certain point. And once that certain point is accomplished, they'll discard you. I wonder if black conservatives actually think like, I wonder if that ever came across their heads that because if it happened to Stacey Dash, and if it happened to I forgot the guy's name, the doctor, I forgot his name. If it happened to any of these black male conservative commentators, Larry Elder, if it happened to Larry Elder, what you think is going to happen to you? What you think is going to happen to you? Nothing. They're going to discard you. You're not going to rise up like the whole issue of the whole all tides lifts all ships. That tide is not going to lift you. That tide is coming here to sink you. But I digress. I'm sorry, y'all. I digress. Let me keep on going because this movie is getting very interesting. It really is.
But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We are all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there. So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode.
See, she ain't saying no names, but yet we know who she referring to. She ain't saying no names, but we know who she referring to.
Going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this. No.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful and we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But
wait, y'all. Wait, hold on. I want y'all, you wasn't there, but in some reports said you was there. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. I find that part okay. Then where were you when this went on? You know, I must have missed something. But anyway, I just, you know what? Let me carry on.
But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know, the conspiracies that are out there, all of the like. Do you think that there is more of it now because you do shine your light? I mean, did people just expect you would just go away?
I don't know what they expected.
They pick on you because of your accessories. I mean, I've seen some of it.
Oh, yeah. No, at this point, it's what? The conspiracy collection. Get it before Christmas. Like, seriously. Wow. If you want to find and pick me apart, go right ahead. I do not care. I don't. This was happening before Charlie was murdered. Both of us have been through the ringer of people will call you whatever they want to call you.
Okay. So we're going to scroll down. And here's our beautiful black queen, our queens out here. You know, we're gonna sound like Brownsville slash. These queens out here, queens. Yeah, here's our queen, Candace Owens. Oh, I don't know why I'm saying the word queen. Never mind. Let's go.
Erica Kirk has time. She has time. It is just what she means to say, not her priority, which is you are allowed to prioritize things in your own life. But this is not a matter of time constraint. It is not her priority to respond to the majority, actually. The majority of people think of this as BS. The majority of people think Turning Point is acting suspicious. And she does not feel that it is what she wants to do as a matter of priority, responding. Okay, that's fine. Now, to that point that people are making hundreds and thousands of dollars, I just don't get how there's not someone on this very large PR team, as we're seeing these PR campaigns go out, that doesn't go, hey, maybe we should strike that. They made $40 million like 2 nights ago at Mar-a-Lago. Maybe that feels kind of a little bit like let them eat cake-ish. Oh, and we've made more than, separately from Mar-a-Lago, Turning Point USA, since Charlie was killed, just so you guys know, this is a fact, has made more than $100 million. The other night. So since Charlie has died, that organization has taken in $140 million. But gosh darn you people that are making hundreds of dollars every day on YouTube talking about Charlie Kirk's assassination and the BS narrative that is being fed and the very obvious psychological operation that is being employed to make you accept the BS that they are trying to sell to us.
Yo, she do make a good point. How can Erica or anybody else, how can Erica Kirk can talk about people making money off of Charlie, off her husband's death, but her husband already is making money off of his death 10 times fold. See the hypocrisy of it. Now Turning Point USA has now been in every school in Texas now. Now I'm using my home state, right? The governor of Texas signed a bill where Turning Point USA should have every chapter in every school district in the state of Texas. Really? Now, do you see how ludicrous that sounds? So every school district in the state of Texas has a chapter of Turning Point. Without the authority, without the say-so of the parents of said community, of that school district, or the school board, or even the well, the students themselves. You want to talk about exploiting her husband's memory? She needs to start with the people who claim to be on her side. So Candace do have a point. She has a point.
Gosh darn you. Did you make $1,000 today? Speaking about Charlie Kirk, well, you should be ashamed of yourself, says Turning Point USA, who in large part
What's going on?
that money because of those very people who gave to the organization immediately following Charlie Kirk's assassination. And the thing that is especially absurd about that is trying to almost like, I want to be clear that Turning Point USA is my family. The Charlie Kirk show is my family. You know, like she's just expanding the wings of people that we're not allowed to critique because they're in the family. If you call them fam, you can't critique them, right? Oh, I'm sorry. We actually are showing a clip of Rob McCoy defending a pedophile or trying to launder the reputation of that's fam. That's the CK show fam. Oh, I'm sorry. We are actually pointing to the fact that we know for certain that this person in your organization is sexual deviant. That's fam. That is my, don't you get me upset. I know that this is a now $150 million in the last 3-month organization and we employ tons of people, but you can't critique. You can't critique the fam. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to be very clear here. This is why there are many people who do not believe that women are equipped to lead companies, because what you are watching here is an unbelievably emotional response that is absent of any logic. Okay.
Oof. We have a red pill moment, y'all. We got a red pill moment. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Oof.
If you really care about your team, answer the questions. Okay. Just demystify the entire event. Come out, sit down, answer the questions so people don't think Turning Point USA looks so suspicious. Don't try to mom the organization and say, well, mother's upset because people are coming after her kids and all of this multi-million-dollar subsidiaries. That's my children. Okay. The multi-million-dollar subsidiaries, Turning Point, like Turning Point Action, all that, those are my kids. So you can't critique them. Not a good idea. Okay. It may work in PR world. You guys, I know how it's an obvious PR campaign. It's never been more obvious of a psychological operation. I actually wish they would put me on payroll so I could help them make these things look more organic.
In other words, Candace, now I'm about to go on Candace, right? So now, Candace, this tells me right then and there, you still want to be a part of something that you left. You want to be part of something that you have left. Because let's face the news, Candace, you was in love with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was your first choice. No disrespect to George Foreman. Charlie Kirk was your first love. And because you couldn't have your first love because you're not a blonde-headed, blue-eyed Caucasian woman, you have to settle with somebody else. Now, I understand about being settled to somebody else. I understand it, right? Understandable. You know, I understand that. But you shouldn't say that right there, because they're gonna pick this one little clip up and down, you know, assuming if they come after you in a legal way.
Than having every single person that has been telling us to stop asking questions all make the exact same video within 4 seconds of each other, being like, whoa, whoa, Erica Kirk shuts down the no, she didn't even respond to one of the conspiracies. She gave us emotion. She gave us emotion. She said, I'm a mother, I am a wife, and we never asked about whether she was mother or wife. We want to know if she is a CEO and a chairman. A CEO and a chairman.
You know, Candace do have a point. I'm so tired of hearing, well, I'm a mother. And so does half of the populations are. So do most women of the age of 32 are mothers or somebody's mama. So I wish y'all stopped saying that. For real.
Has to compartmentalize. A CEO and a chairman cannot respond to valid questions and critiques about finance, about actions that are being taken by people that require presidential pardons, people that are meaningfully asking why we are not getting a clear answer of what took place on September 10th. A CEO, okay, does not get to respond and say, that's my family. Okay, that's the energy of what I would expect from a mother speaking to a teacher, which I was this mom, like, that's my kid. Okay. And I'll shut this down right now. That's my child. This is not a child. Turning Point USA is an organization. And Erica already had an uphill battle to climb, like that she had to climb this because.
Okay, now, George, that's yeah, like, is it safe to say that motherhood is like religion, is the last recourse of a scoundrel? I get tired of hearing that, right? And I'm like, you're grown. Yes, you are a mother, and but you're supposed to have a job to do. Don't let the fact that you are a mother, because there have been plenty of men, and let me do a caveat here, because I know somebody gonna want to take me down this road. Not all men who are leaders take care of their own kids. However, let me use men like James Garfield, the 20th president of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, for one. They were attentive of their children. They was leading America while it was taking care of their children while they was president. Truman was a father to his daughter when he was president. Woodrow Wilson did not say, "Oh, I'm a father, therefore, oh, I can't." He was a father of 3 daughters, or was it 2? I think it was 3 daughters. He ain't said this, "I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I can't lead my country to World War I." If you're the CEO, you being a mother and widow, and the stresses there, that has nothing to do with the job of being CEO. Who's actually leading? What leadership you providing for the people within your organization? So Candace do have a point on that, right? She do got a point on that.
Because, by the way, just because if this was Goldman Sachs and the president of Goldman Sachs or managing director over at Goldman Sachs died in a horrifically violent way, the Goldman Sachs family might mourn for a couple of months, but they would have instantly had someone to replace that individual. And beyond that, they would have never accepted the public and the people that are investing money. They would have never accepted, well, he's gone, but here's his wife.
Point taken. Point taken. Yeah. Candace do have a point on that. She do got a point, right? She do got a point. You know. You know. She do got a point. Oh, here is crybaby Glenn Beck. Let's go and play this. Let's play some of this.
I don't know how you handle this, Eric. I don't know how to be dragged into, you were involved in the death and all this crazy, evil stuff.
Oh, it's sick.
God bless you.
And Glenn Beck's
Sick.
turning
God bless
red.
you.
And Glenn Beck over here, he's turning red. He's crying. Look like man, he spent all night tossing and turning in bed next to a whiskey bottle. Next to a whiskey bottle, trying to yeah.
It is.
My family means everything to me. Turning USA has always been in our life and has always been so good to Charlie, and Charlie was good to his team. Everyone.
Something wrong with my internet real quick. I don't know if my internet or whatever.
Loved Charlie.
Yeah.
I get that. Everyone wants an answer to this evil. And sometimes the answer is very clear.
Yeah.
The truth is very clear.
Are you worried? Well, one question, and then we'll go into what the real answer is. Are you concerned about his assassin is in court today? Are you concerned about being able to have a jury that's not been tainted?
It's already tainted. What are you talking about, Glenn? Oh wait, hold on. Let's play this. Let's play this real quick.
And she's making a huge amount of money on it. She's the podcaster Candace Owens. Okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
She was directly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be. Uh-oh. You know what? We're gonna let that be the last image, okay? We're gonna let that be the last image, because see, nobody don't want to touch on this Nobody want to touch on this image. All right. But let me say this. This is to some of you older black men who got a problem with Big J Triple X. I'm addressing one of you. None of you are in the position to critique me. Only people who know me is able to critique me or to check me. Talking about Big J was in the clouds. No, I was not in the clouds. I just watched what was said last night. But I'm going to address you later on because I'm really getting tired of Negro black men being peacocking, being peacocks. Black men, you know, if you're a black man, you're supposed to stand up for the truth. How come you ain't stand up for the truth? So anyway, enough with you. We're going to talk about this later on. And thank y'all for coming. And I'm out of here. Peace.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.